So the part that we want to look at, the southwest quadrature of the Haram al-Sharaf. Did we just walk up those steps? I think we might have. Jewish resolve the Byzantine assassinate in 610. 610, 610 drove the Byzantine Empire out of the Middle East. Alright, so we're not Ottoman period, 1516, hold on. The Arab period. So this is the... Okay, in 691, an octagonal Islamic building topped by a dome was built by the Caliph Ibn al-Malik around the rock for a myriad of political, dynastic and religious reasons, built on local and Quranic traditions articulating the site's holiness, a process in which textual and architectural narratives reinforce one another. So that's interesting, right? So the thing that we see in the game was built in 691. The dome itself was covered in gold in 1920. So it's not actually supposed to be gold in game, because we're only 1130 something, I think. In 715 or 715, the Umayyads led by Caliph Al-Walid I rebuilt the temples nearby Chaniot into a mosque, which then Al-Aqsa. So that's the one we're standing next to right now. The furthest mosque corresponding to the Islamic belief of Muhammad's miraculous nocturnal journey, as recounted in the Quran and Hadith. So there's a huge gap between, 715 and then the Ottoman conquest of 1516. Alright, from the Arabic conquest to the Crusades, there seems to have been good relations between Arab rulers and the Jewish community. Well, that's good. Yeah, so the Crusades is completely missing. That's strange. Current features. Eastern end of the gates, arches. Alright, so the mount itself, so this is the entire platform we're standing on. What is this? Religious attitudes. Okay, let's not get into religion too much. Oh look, panorama. So let's go back into the game. For now, let's just go back to the dome. Yeah, so you see how the dome there is gold. That was put in the 1920s apparently. So it's not really supposed to be gold in game. So built on Islamic scriptural and architectural principles apparently. You can see all these patterns. Like Islam has a thing against putting pictures of people on architecture or even in their mosques, because they what is it? I think the interpretation of the Quran says that you are not allowed to create representations of God. And so you know how Christian churches will often have giant pictures and statues of Jesus on the cross and stuff like that. So that is the Muslims interpret stuff like that as creating icons and worshipping icons rather than worshipping God himself, as it were. And so instead of pictures of actual things, they end up putting geometric patterns
He's going to hurt himself
to decorate their architecture, or their holy architecture.
What's wrong with him?
So you see these really intricate patterns,
Is there a reason for him to do
and
that?
that kind of is a representation of the intricacy of God's plan, as it were. How kind of all this stuff kind of fits together into a perfect whole and stuff like that. So that's the way Islam decorates their religious buildings with these really intricate patterns, which is awesome. So that's the Dome of the Rock. Let me just... Alright, let's just go here and read about this. The Dome of the Rock is a shrine located on the Temple Mount in the old city of Jerusalem. Yes, it looks exactly like that. The domed basilica structure was patterned after the Christian Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, if I remember right, is to the west. So we'll get to it later in the game, I think. It was initially completed in the 691 CE at the order of Umayyad Caliph bin al-Malik during the second fitna, second fitna, becoming the first work of Islamic architecture. Oh, this was the first. Really, this was the first work of Islamic architecture. And they managed to. Well, they must have decorated afterwards. I mean, I don't imagine they would have managed to make it that complete the first time round. They must have added decorations to it later on, I'm guessing. Anyway, the site's significance stems from religious traditions regarding the rock known as the foundation stone at its heart, which bears great significance for Jews, Christians, and Muslims. It is considered the most contested piece of real estate on Earth. Yes, yes indeed. So there we go, the golden dome and then the blue octagonal shape of it. Location, construction, and dimensions. I don't know if that's... I mean, you can read all this stuff yourself. You can just go to Wikipedia and type in Dome of the Rock. I don't think I'll read it here because there's a whole lot of history and names. The structure is basically octagonal. It comprises a wooden dome. It's wooden, approximately 20 meters in diameter, which is mounted on an elevated drum consisting of a circle of 16 piers and columns. Surrounding the circle is an octagonal arcade of 24 piers and columns. The outer side walls are made of porcelain and mirror the octagonal design. They each measure approximately 60 feet wide and 30 feet high. Both the dome and the exterior walls contain many windows. Alright, so this thing's... So the outer walls are like 11 meters high. The wooden dome is 20 meters in diameter. Let me just think about this. I think this is smaller than the real thing. Because the dome is 20 meters in diameter, right? Let's climb up. If I can climb up without these guys being too pissed off.
You ever see someone do that before? I haven't.
Alright, let's get up to the dome.
What is that fool doing?
This is great, right? Imagine doing this in real life. It's like, hey, let's go visit the Dome of the Rock and just climb to the roof. So it's 20 meters in diameter. So from side to side is 20 meters. This looks like... Huh. So the average person is 1.7 meters tall. Assuming that Altair is kind of heroic, he might be up to 2 meters tall, right? Although that's really tall. How high is he against the wall? Oh, okay, so I mean if I'm standing right up against the wall, 2 meters is only like there. So at 2 meters, let me just... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... It's not... I don't think it's quite 20 meters. But it's more than 15 meters in diameter in game, I think. Which is pretty impressive. I don't know... Like usually you shrink things down in game, but maybe for a major monument like this they decided to keep it almost life-size. Just so it's, more impressive. Like the Temple Mount itself is a lot smaller than it is in real life. As you can see, you can see how close the walls of the Dome of the Rock is to the outer walls of the mount, right? As opposed to what we see in these pictures, actually in the map, where the actual Temple Mount is that big. If I can get to here, like it's that big. Compared to the octagonal Dome of the Rock isn't that big. Actually, can we zoom in? Just want to see Dome of the Ascension, Dome of the Chain, and there's a fountain there. So there's 2 more domes according to that. Maybe that's what those are meant to be. See those things there? I think that's what those things are meant to be. And then so the Dome of the Chain would be the other one, right? Except they're identical there, and they're not really in the right place, are they? Alright, let's not worry about that too much. And actually, also there's the Western Wall too. Okay, so have we finished with the dome? No, we haven't finished with the Dome of the Rock. Hold on, let's just finish this. Oh, look at that! Wow, tiled facade. Cool. Look at that. Amazing. History. Oh, Crusaders. Here we go. For some time, Christian pilgrims still were able to come and experience the Temple Mount, but eventually escalating violence against pilgrims to Jerusalem instigated the Crusades. Escalating violence against pilgrims to Jerusalem instigated the Crusades. Reference number 16. God's battalions are case for the Crusades. I don't know, I feel like the Western Europeans kind of wrote this particular bit of history. I mean, you don't know anymore, right? I mean, they accuse the Muslims for attacking the Christians. I don't know how, you know, I mean that's like one side of the story. I don't know if it's historically accurate. I'm sure if you ask the Muslims, they'd say, hey, it's not our fault, you know, they started it. That usually is what happens, right? The Crusaders recaptured Jerusalem in 1099, and the Dome of the Rock was given to the Augustinians, who turned it into a church, while the Al-Aqsa Mosque became a royal palace. Okay. The Knights Templar, who believed the Dome of the Rock was the site of the Temple of Solomon, later set up their headquarters in the Al-Aqsa Mosque adjacent to the dome for much of the 12th century. But it was not the Templum Domini, as they called the Dome of the Rock, which featured on the official seals of the Order's Grand Masters. Rather the rotunda of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and it was the rotunda that became the architectural model for Templar churches across Europe. Alright, so they took over, but they kept the building. See, unlike in Acre, where after a while the Mamluks came along and destroyed the whole city. So here, even though the Templars took over, they kept the building and just kind of renamed the mosque into a temple. I just renamed it and repurposed it, but they kept it, which is good for architecture, you know, because they kept it. We're not going to worry too much about the rest of it, but obviously it's been preserved well enough to still exist today. Alright, so Western Wall. Western Wall is, I mean, that's that there. That's the Western Wall there. I don't know if the Western Wall is actually in the game. Like where is the Western Wall? Is that, or it should be that? Hold on, the Western Wall or Wailing Wall or Kotel is located in the old city of Jerusalem at the foot of the western side of the Temple Mount. It is a remnant of the ancient wall that surrounded the Jewish temple's courtyard and is arguably the most sacred site recognized by the Jewish faith outside of the Temple Mount itself. I don't know, it's like a wall on the side of the Temple Mount, but it's like a different site from the Temple Mount itself. I don't understand that. Anyway, it's like the western wall of the Temple Mount. Just over half the wall, including its 17 courses located below street level, dates from the end of the Second Temple period, commonly believed to have been constructed around 19 BCE by Herod the Great. So that's a long time ago. Middle Ages, British rule, Ottoman period. Let's go to Middle Ages. Views. Wow. Location and dimensions. The Western Wall commonly refers to a 187-foot exposed section of ancient wall situated on the western flank of the Temple Mount. I don't know if we'll find it. Hold on. Located close to the Iron Gate. The wall functioned as a retaining wall built to support the extensive renovations that Herod the Great carried out around 19 BCE, expanded the small quasi-natural plateau on which the first and second temple stood into the wide expanse of the Temple Mount visible today. So he kind of just built this natural hill into a giant platform. Western Wall Plaza, total height of the wall from the foundation is estimated at 105 feet, with the exposed section standing approximately 62 feet. I still don't know... Yeah, I still don't know where exactly it is on the map. And the map in-game is slightly different from the map in real life anyway, so maybe that's not all that useful to know. Not entirely sure. Western Wall looks like that. So it's basically just the wall. I wonder if we can find it. I wonder if I should find it. Alright, let's just drop down. Break my legs. And also go west. and see if I can find the Western Wall here. We'll come back and look at the other stuff. I mean, there's a pretty tall wall around the whole thing. I don't think this is realistic neither, because isn't this just like a plateau? Is this wall actually there in real life? So the Western Wall should be
I beg of you.
down here somewhere.
Just a few coins, please. Food. I'm so hungry.
Okay, I can't go that way. Never mind. Can I come this
All
way?
I ask is for a few coins.
Can I come this? No, that's not. I mean, that's the exposed wall, but it's not really a. You know, it's not really the Western Wall, is it? No, I don't think it's actually in the game. The Western Wall, which is fair enough. I mean, it's a pretty big thing. If you want, or maybe no. This is it.
God save him. He's gone mad.
This is it, isn't it? It is it. This.
Just a little money.
Except it's north. It's like the northern wall, not the western wall. And then there's like 3 guys here standing guard. Yeah, that. It is it. Ah, fascinating. So they've put it in the game, kind of. It's not
Have he gone mad?
It's not the right dimensions.
Huh?
And nobody seems to care very much. No, I mean, in real life, there's all sorts of pilgrims
What a fool must be out of his mind.
at the Western Wall, but not in game. Okay, well there it is. It's a wall. It's not that special, but it has religious and cultural significance, I guess. All right, let's go back into the temple, kill some people along the way. I swear I'm blocking this. Alright, so now we're gonna go back to the Dome of the Rock here, Temple Mount. Alright, what's the next thing we want to do? The Al-Aqsa Mosque? Towards the back? Let's go there and have a look at Wikipedia about that as well.
He shouldn't be running like that.
That's a pretty cool building, isn't it? So much decoration. Although I'm pretty sure not exactly historically accurate. Alright, so this guy is preaching in front of the mosque. Alright, here we go, the Al-Aqsa Mosque. These guys just run in. It's funny. Okay, so the Western Wall we've seen that, Temple Mount we've read that, Dome of the Rock we've pretty much read that. The Al-Aqsa Mosque, third holiest site in Islam, located in the old city, down here, yep, we see it. The site on which the silver domed mosque sits, along with the Dome of the Rock, also referred to as Al-Haram al-Sharif, or Noble Sanctuary, is the Temple Mount. Yeah, I know that. Muslims believe that Muhammad was transported from the sacred mosque in Mecca to Al-Aqsa during the night journey. The Islamic tradition holds that Muhammad led prayers towards the site until the 17th month after the immigration, when God directed him to turn towards the Kaaba. The mosque was originally a small prayer house built by the Rashidun Caliph Umar, but was rebuilt and expanded by the Umayyad Caliph Abd al-Malik and finished by his son al-Walid in 705 CE. I don't know if all this history is important. But another earthquake destroyed most of Al-Aqsa in 1033, but 2 years later the Fatimid Caliph alias Sahir built another mosque, which has stood to the present day. Alright, so it's not the original, but from 1033 onwards, it's this one. Wait a minute, that's a different shape. See how wide this is? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 arches. There's only like 3 arches here, look at that. On this side, but over on this side it looks like, what does that look like there? So there's like two arches, there's a little semicircular bit sticking out, and then there's like one more thing here. So it's got that thing there, there's no semicircular thing sticking out there, but there's kind of those. Huh. It's not quite the same, is it? It's similar, but not quite the same. Okay, when the Crusaders captured Jerusalem in 1099... Actually, no, wait. During the periodic renovations undertaken, the various ruling dynasties of the Islamic Caliphate constructed additions to the mosque and its precinct, such as its dome, facade, its minbar, minaret, and interior structure. Okay, so it changed over time. When the Crusaders captured Jerusalem in 1099, they used the mosque as a palace and church, but its function as a mosque was restored after its recapture by Saladin in 1187. More renovations, repairs, and additions were undertaken in the later centuries. And so, okay, well, everybody built stuff there. So the one that exists at this point is probably different from the one in game. I understand that, alright. History, construction by the Umayyads, earthquake and reconstructions. And then Crusades, which they call Solomon's Temple. Mosque underwent some structural changes, including the expansion of the northern porch, addition of an apse and a dividing wall and a new cloister. Yes, so the one that exists today is much bigger than the one during the game, because, you know, stuff got added to it over the years, which is fair enough. The mosque is seen from Western Wall Plaza. Architecture, the dome. Unlike the Dome of the Rock, which reflects classical Byzantine architecture, the Al-Aqsa Mosque is characteristic of early Islamic architecture. Nothing remains of the original dome built by Ibn al-Malik. The present-day dome was built by Az-Zahir and consists of wood-plated with lead enamel work. In 1969, the dome was reconstructed in concrete and covered with anodized aluminium. Alright, so the one that exists today is not even the one in game. One of the few domes to be built in front of the mihrab during the Umayyad and Abbasid periods. Okay. The mosque has 4 minarets on the southern, northern and western sides. But it doesn't in game though, does it? Because there's no towers. No, there isn't in game. I should go up there and look at the dome more closely. The facade and porch, constructed by Fatimids, expanded by the Crusaders. Yeah, okay. It was crowned with a balustrade consisting of arcades and small columns. Crusaders damaged the facade during the era of rule in Palestine, but it was restored and renovated by the Ayyubids. Most of which, there are 14 stone arches along the facade, most of which are in Romanesque style. It was not like that in game. Interior, we're not going to go inside. Evolution Fountain, we're not going to go there neither. Religious significance, I think we've talked about that briefly in the introduction. Current situations, access, alright, we're not going to go into politics of the modern day conflict between Palestine and Israel, but let's climb! Hey, yeah, let's go up there. Alright, let's have a closer look at the dome. If I can get up there. Why can't I get up there? Are you kidding me? Alright. Can I please get a closer look at the dome? Alright, here we go. Here we go. So even this, I guess like this would be the original flag. I guess like this central bit would be the original, and then maybe the side bits were like added later on, and so on and so forth. Actually, there's like a... Oh, we can look at this too. So that's the other side. Oh, that's a Templar. We can kill him. So the dome was covered in lead, constructed of wood. Or the structure is wood, and then it's covered in lead. Apparently. It's not too interesting up here. But there we go. We can have a little look at the history of this stuff. Alright, let's kill that guy just because we're here. And I think that's pretty much the end of our architectural tour of the rich district of Jerusalem, because I don't think there's any other recognizable landmarks remaining. Alright, so we're gonna kill this guy, and then I'm gonna go to... Actually no, we're gonna kill this guy, I'm gonna take a break. When we come back, we finish off the next mission, killing off... Who are we killing? Who are we... No, who are we... Return to Bureau Leader. Memory log. So we are supposed to be killing Talal, leader of slavers. Yeah. So let me kill this guy. When we come back, we kill Talal and see what happens. And continue playing the game. No, I threw him. No, you throw. No. No, throw him. This is so stupid. That's so bad. Look at this. No, throw him. This game is so hit and miss. Like, look at this. I don't really understand. There we go. Then we can beat him while he's down. Alright, Templar eliminated. And yeah. Well, actually, let's go to the Assassin's Bureau. Salahuddin rises to... Yeah, I don't know how accurate this stuff is. Because I think all these people are from different eras. Like, I don't think they all... well, not different, I mean, it's the same era. But I think they're separated by several decades, some of these people. I don't think they all lived at the same time. They all lived in roughly the same time, but not at the exact same time as each other. Anyway, that's not too much of a problem. It is fiction after all. Alright, I believe I'm going here. Yes, I am. Alright, so here we are. We're back at the Assassin's Bureau. I'm gonna take a break. When we come back, we keep playing the game. Alright, I'll see you guys.